Story time is story time. Get your snacks, get your drinks, get whatever you need. Because we about to embark on a story. I had a dream last night. That's the story of what's going to be about. It's my dream that I had last night. Because I have to share this. Because this is getting ridiculous. It really is. I'm sick of having dreams about school. It's just always like, I realize there's something that every school dream I have has this connection. And it's highly annoying because, you know, unlike with everyone else when it comes down to it, they like to have school dreams because it brings back past memories of friends that they had growing up and stuff like that. I like that part about the dream. The thing is, with me, I can never leave, and sometimes I try to leave extra early, like I'm a crap back in the school. Not this time. I'm out. I try to dip as soon as I realize it. And sometimes they have it set up to where it looks like, instead of a classroom, it looks like a regular giant room. Until you start to realize, no, living rooms don't have a bunch of chairs like this and a big board at the beginning. No, this ain't no living room. I'm in school. Why is this like this? Or did they brainwash me or something? Look, I graduated high school. I didn't like it. I hated it. And I'm out of it. I'm glad I'm out of it. But still, dreams need to stop bringing me to the schools in my dream. It's highly annoying. Now I'm going to tell you what happened in last night's dream. It was crazy because I tried to sneak out this time and I didn't realize it till, you know, honestly, I wasn't trying to sneak out. I just realized, oh crap, I'm in school. And then that's when I realized I had to go because it looked like I was trying to sneak out, so they tried to pull their little shenanigans early to me. You'll see what I mean. So the dream starts off with English class. It was English class, and and it starts off with all chill and stuff, all happy time stuff like that. In fact, it was such good times that even I had an ex in that class flirting with me in the dream. It's pretty nice to have someone flirting. But as the dream went on, like as soon as this dream started starting and picking up, that's when all the shenanigans and all the play full time stopped. And then the teacher says, which I didn't even know it was a teacher at the time, I just thought it was an older person. And then the person says, "All right, everyone, get your textbooks, your English textbooks, and your history textbooks." That's what it was, English and history textbooks. And then so we all go to this book of racks. I get my English book, and I realize the history book that I got wasn't there. And then so I'm like, crap, someone took my history book. I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm not going to figure out who done it. Like, there's 25, 30 people in there. Of course, I'm not going to realize, I'm not going to go around. I didn't even know what number. We had little numbers written on the books. Let's tell who is whose. But I didn't know the numbers. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to play it smooth. I'm not even acting like I'd lost that book. I told one of my friends there, though, that I'm like, oh, crap, under my breath, like, man, I don't see my book around here. But I had a plan. You know how classrooms, well, I guess older classrooms for the younger, like around 5th grade or something like that, they have like a book area, and they'll have books like mixed in books with textbooks to chapter books to even fun books, like comics and stuff. Not comics, but magazines, more likely. So I went over there to the book section, okay, and I saw that there's a textbook that I needed that I was losing, so I picked up that one. I didn't think nothing of it. Went back to my seat. Everything seems like it's going good, and no one said nothing about it. It's like I don't think I got caught. I thought it was such a little thing that, even if I did get caught, what's the big deal? At least I could still learn, right? I thought that was the whole point of it. We're talking about school system in America. There's always a point to it. Even if it seems a little of a thing as that, there's going to be a point. Oh my lord! Because you know what I remember growing up, those textbooks that they marked with your number on it, if you lost them or if you couldn't find it, they'd expect that you stole it. Why? Because it was $150 book. So every time you couldn't find that book, like in real life, now this ain't the dream, this is real life. This is what American kids have to go through in the fifth or third to fifth grade. Because they don't buy their textbooks like they do in high school. In middle school they have to use the textbooks that are given to them in the classroom, but sometimes they have to take them home for homework, or sometimes they just even another student might pick up their book, and next thing you know the teacher's flipping out on them because that's $150 and I guess the teachers are expected to pay when those books go missing. And if that's the case, you gotta realize you're dealing with a bunch of middle schoolers. You don't yell at those kids like they're thieves, like they're common criminals, because most likely the book is still there and the book is somewhere. No one's gonna steal a boring old textbook that people don't even use in the future. When you get older, you don't need that stuff most of the time, unless you go be a bank operator and you need a math book. Even then, you don't really need a math book to be a bank teller. So when it comes to stealing textbooks, it's like you gotta calm down with that. No one wants a textbook. Now me, I'm an exception because I'm a book lover. I don't care what the book is. The book could be the book of the dead. The book could be the book of the gods. The book could be the book of the cursed ones that open it. I'll take that book and I'll put it in my book collection just because I like to collect books. That's how much of a book lover I am. Anyways, back to the dream. Sorry, I got off topic there. I just love talking about books. But, 1 second. Smoke went down the wrong tube. Anyways, I'm sitting there waiting for the lesson. Now it's both books I needed, right? But the teacher wasn't giving the lesson. But then I started realizing, this is school. I don't want to be here. I'm dreaming. I know I'm dreaming. So I'm gonna leave. I tried leaving. Oh boy. Don't try leaving school with the school's property on you, because then you do become a thief. As soon as I got up, the teacher's like, Dalton, that's not your book. So I called the cops. I was like, what? I had the book on the desk. I was going to leave with the books there still. I wasn't going to take the books with me. I know I just told you I'm a book lover and all that, but... and then the board at the front of the screen, it turns into like a security camera so we can see what's going on the outside of the school. And what you see on the outside of the school is 3 cop cars pull up, and these cop cars, they're packed with cops. They don't just have 2 cops in them, they have 4 cops in them. The cops coming out of the back seats. And I'm thinking, like, what the heck are they doing? Like, what are they going to do to me? They got so many men and charging at me like this. Like, for what? My parents come as well. Right behind the cops. I'm like, oh my God. Like, you couldn't make it worse. I hate this. I hate this situation. You're going to get all these hotheads in the same room? You're crazy. No, they're going to annoy my brain to death. And then so here's where the dream picks up and gets better. So I sit back down. I'm like, I wasn't going to leave like because I saw all the cop cars out there. There's no way I was going to get past all them cops that I just saw. And so what was cool is like, so now all these cops that showed up, they're on these little screens under the board, but they're on a webcam on the screen, but they're standing in the hallway, and it's like to show me, like, if I dare to leave that classroom, they're out there and they're ready. And then here comes my parents. They're like, you forgot your book again at home. And I'm like, I don't care about that book. Look at this right now. This is crazy. They got the whole army out for me. For nothing. For picking a book up from the book area. That's when I was like, you know what? Watch this, everyone. That's when I decided, screw it. If they want me to stay in this class, then they're going to have to deal with the class clown. And that's what I did. I pulled out my phone, and the first song I played, NWA, F the Police. And I started dancing in front of all the webcams, because those little webcam screens, we could see their faces and we could see them, like right there, you know, staying out in the hall, and they can also see us. And I'm dancing in front of all those webcams, like, you know, like, F the police coming straight from the underground, trying to, and I'm even singing along with the song too. I'm going hard at it. I'm like, yeah, look at this. These cops can't do nothing. They're too scared to come in even. They're too scared to come in. And then one of them moves out the camera and heading toward our class. And I'm like, oh crap. I sit back down and I turn off the music, acting like I didn't do nothing, even though they saw me exactly do it. And then as the door starts to creak open, I realized all the cops were bald. So I started saying, uh-oh, here comes Officer Baldy, you know. I started making jokes like that. In the whole classroom, the whole time, as soon as I started the music, to when the door was cracking open with the cop coming in, that classroom was cracking up. And I think I broke the dream that way because, like, so I thought I broke the dream. I really did think I broke thought I broke the dream. I still think I broke the dream. Everyone's laughing in the classroom. My parents, they got there. I don't know why they're there, but they got there because I guess I was going to jail or something. I don't know. I don't even know why. All I did was pick up a book from the bookshelf, you know. Next thing I knew, there was like 4, 6 cop cars filled with cops, and my parents already showing up for something I did. And as I was dissing the cops and making the whole classroom laugh, it was weird. It's like because a door, like so there's like 6 or 7 monitors on the wall, like these little square monitors, and you can see the cops' faces standing in the hallway out there. Now, as soon as one walks away, they'd be coming toward the classroom. The door starts to open slowly, very slowly. It opens up a crack, not even open up large enough to be seen through, but it just opens up enough to be seen that's being open, you know. And everything is like, everything from that area just stops in motion. But everything behind me, all the laughter, keeps on going. And it's like, it just keeps on, like everyone's laughing in their own different ways too. So eventually I go, you know, it wasn't that funny. And that makes me start to laugh. And then that's where I'm like, okay, this is a little bit too weird for me. That I never really experienced that much in dream making a bunch of people laugh, because I don't really have comedy or humor dreams. I more focus on adventure or action dreams. Like I'm there to do something. I'm not there to put on a show like I just did in that dream last night. But here's the cool thing. You think that, like, how do you think this dream ends? Like, do you think it ends by me screwing up the dream so much and breaking it where I glitch through the floor and end up in the back rooms? Let's let this plane pass. Or B, do you think my parents and the cops rushed me and took me off to jail, I guess? Or C, do you think I just woke myself up? Because, well, that laughing was a little bit too weird. If you guess C, it was C, I woke myself up. But it was 5 a.m. I wasn't about to get up. And here's the thing with lucid dreaming. You see, it doesn't really give you the power to wake yourself up. That more likely came from me before even I started practicing lucid dreaming. I was able to do that even before, kinda. But I was able to do a lot better with lucid dreaming. So lucid dreaming does help it, I guess. Yeah, that's true. But here's the cool thing about lucid dreaming. See, if you wake yourself up from a dream, and if you go back to sleep in the same dream, you come back 10 times more powerful, like more prepared and more ready to conquer that dream with whatever you want to do. Like you're lucid. it makes even the lucid dreaming part even more stronger, honestly. But here's the thing. So to do that, it sounds easy, right? Okay, all you do is have to have a crazy dream, wake yourself up from it before it ends, and then go back to sleep and get back to it, right? Well, okay, most of the parts you can do, you can wake yourself up from the dream. You can go back to sleep. You can do those parts. But here's the thing. The third part, that final part, you don't really have control over is what it comes down to. That's getting back to that same dream. This is where it makes me think like there has to be something with the dream world that we don't fully know. Because we should be able to go back to the same dream. Even us lucid dreamers should be able to go back to the same dream on a dime. But it's not really like that. It's more of like a 30% chance that we'll get to go back to the same dream. A lot of time it's a lot lower, 15 to 20% chance, Most of the time it's either just a fade of black, basically like you're falling into a deep sleep, you're having no dream, or it's a different dream in general, a whole different dream, in fact, that make you even forget about the last dream. So when I went back to sleep, I had that 30% of luck to come back to that classroom, to just pick up from where I left off at. But this time, I was prepared. I didn't have just classmates behind me. I had like an army behind me. And when they opened that door, we just started blowing the crap out of the door, the wall. We had guns. We had explosive device. I didn't really know what the devices were they were using, but whatever they were some strong things. And I, of course, was down for it because I already knew how this dream started. They're about to rush me just for using a book off the shelf. Yeah, I get it. I probably lost my book, but you know what? You don't have to be so harsh on a kid. So when it comes down to, if you want war, we'll give you a war. That's the way I was feeling in the second part of the dream, and we let them have it. There was like 20 cops there, but when I woke up the second time, there was no more cops there in that dream. I'll be honest with you all. We cleared out that school just with the cops, so we just cleared our path, got to the cop car. I think we even blew up the cop cars before I woke up too, because they were parked out in front of the school, so in a line, and we just blew them up. I wish it could be like that through the whole dream though, honestly, like when I first start the dream too. But it's not like that. You have to do it that way, like you have to at least be dreaming for a good 6 to 7 hours and then wake yourself up from that and then go back to it. And then that's when you get like that 200% power. I wish it was like that 200% power all the way through a dream. You know how much funner it would be in dreams? But I'd have stories done already. I do suggest being a lucid dreamer. I know it sounds weird, lucid part, you're probably wondering, what does a lucid stand for? And that means just like you're half asleep and half awake. That's what that means. That's all that means. I know it might sound like a little bit like, at first, when I first heard the word, the thing I could think of like mostly was like, oh man, is this like some kind of trick from Lucifer or something like that, because it's called lucid dreaming? But that's not the case. That's far from the case. And this is the reason why. Now, I told you all my dreams, basically all the dreams I could remember, and basically the dreams worth telling. So it's not like I could tell you, I'll be like, okay, here's a little extra for those that stuck around to the end. And second dream I had in the past, but I can't tell you this one. I already told you all this, but I just want to remind. I had this one dream where there was this doctor or demon, witch, I forget what kind of monster it was, but it was some kind of monster, and it was a monstrous like human, monstrous civilian person, someone that we'd expect every day to, I guess, the person that would be trusted by most people, that kind of person, I guess. That's all I can't really remember what was chasing me, but something was chasing me. And then it kept jabbing a pitchfork right in my lower spine. And every time it did, I felt this pinch in my butt cheek. Every time so I guess it wasn't poking me in my lower spine, but it was poking me in my butt cheek. And so throughout the whole dream, I was just running down this long hallway with no doors, solid walls, but the colors of the walls would change, the colors of the lights would change. It would kind of be a bit psychedelic in a way. And there was this monster chasing me just with a pitchfork. Jab, jab, jab. Every time it got closer. And then I woke up from that dream in a lot of pain. Of course, in the same area on my butt cheek. And I thought it was a dream. There was something evil. And I'm glad my dream woke me up before that thing caught me. Because when I woke up, I looked like the first spot I looked at in my room was in this corner above my crawl space, and there was like this black cloud. At first it was a huge black cloud. It was like the size of I guess a mini, not mini pool table. That's a little bit too big. But probably the size of it was at length of a board game, and as tall as two Rubik's Cubes put on top of each other, So it's like a little miniature cloud in my room, but it was all black and gray. And it even looked like it had a little bit of lightning coming from inside of it. I feel like I got not warned, but that's a word. I gotta remind some of you, sorry it's early. Tired. But yeah, I gotta remind some of you that when I seen that cloud, that black cloud, it was like an ominous cloud. It made me feel like it was ominous and evil, But then again, I can't tell if it was like good or bad. The thing is because like, who knows, maybe it was like God like just opening its eyes and earth and whatever, trying to stop whatever evil was poking at me. But I gotta remind you all, I was awake during that part of the dream. Not the dream, but after the dream. I woke up in pain, and I seen that black cloud in my room for like half a second, and then it got smaller and smaller, and it finally dissipated in the thin air. Then after that, I felt like all was normal again. But that's just great. Like, that's why I really do condone lucid dreaming. I'd suggest lucid dreaming, honestly. It's not that hard to practice or learn. It takes about 4 months or 6 months at most to learn how to lucid dream yourself. And if you really do it like that with dedication to learn it, then after you learn it, it'll be there for you. Even when you like think you're not able to do it anymore, you'll still be doing it later on, subconsciously. Lucid dreaming, that's how it works. It becomes like an everyday thing, a regular thing. If you can't find the best ways how to lucid dream, I think I made a video about this before in the past, but if I didn't, then I can make a video about it, teaching you all the steps of how to lucid dream yourself with just using a journal and alarm clock. That's all you need. Just like six sheets worth of paper, maybe even, I'd say like probably 20 sheets worth of paper, because it really depends on, like, you might be a person that has like a very vivid dream, and you might be like, that's good though, because like if you can remember the vivid dreams while practicing it, yeah, you get done way faster like I did. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for, I guess, hearing that crazy dream out. I just had to share it because it was so wacky. It was like, and I thought it was so funny, that one part where I just start to sing F the Police from NWA. I thought that part was pretty chill, pretty awesome. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, that's it for today. We might have a little bit extra coming out today, like a snack review or snack mix. I'm not even sure what it is. You all will see though, that's for sure. Stay awesome, people. Thanks for watching.